Without their great effort, and, I think I've had a lot of fun, and I know a lot of you people if you haven't had fun, I don't know where you're going to get more fun with hockey. Because, we all know I'll just touch on, we're all here because we all love the game, we love to be a part of it, and we all know that hockey, takes us right through the roof, and sometimes it takes us right down a slope that we don't even want to be there. It's a great sport. We spend a lot of time and effort, but at the end of the day, as a hockey parent, and I've been very fortunate to be lucky to be involved with hockey. But the one thing I learned the best is, hockey parents are the greatest people. They're dedicated. They got deep pockets. They love their kids, and they'll do anything for them. They'll do anything that, for their kids. They'll drive mile after kilometer. Their car's breaking down. The highway. They'll cut it in and out. They'll take time off work. They'll miss doctor's appointments. They'll miss appointments with lawyers. They'll tell their mother-in-law and father-in-law, I'd love to come over and see if I've got to drive my kid to hockey. And, the greatest thing about when you're on the other side of being a hockey parent or coaching or whatever, the greatest thing is hockey parents are great because one week they love you. And then the next week they like you, and then a week they really hate you. That love, that hate turns to love, and that love turns to like. As you all know, when we were adolescents, like some of you young ladies here, you get very fond of somebody, you like them, and then after you like them, you fall in love, and then you hate them. And that's what happens.
Where's Joy gone?
See, what happens is, you just hate them. For many reasons. Something they do, the way they look at things you think you should have, or things they are supposed to do for you, they don't do you. We all know how that can affect our lives. And then, as we grow a little bit older in life, we get fond. We say, oh my God, what am I going to do? I can't spend the rest of my life alone. I got to get married. It's one of the greatest commitments. It's one of the most beautiful days of your life. You get all dressed up. Doesn't the bride spend, she gets up, she looks in the mirror maybe about 30, 40 times. Don't I look beautiful? And her mother comes in. The mother comes in and says, oh, I've never seen you more beautiful. Everybody tells us she's beautiful. Is or isn't, right? We won't go there.
What are you looking at me for, Walter?
You might as well text the other girls.
Yeah, they're all gorgeous. They're all gorgeous. And the poor guys, they all wear the same tux, some white, some blue, some yellow. Doesn't matter, all different types, and wear the same tux. But all those brides get their hair done, they spend time at the hairdresser, tell hairdressers great stories. They become their psychiatrist, they don't even know it. They're paid for it. When your wife tells you, or your girlfriend tells you, I'm going to the hairdresser, oh my God, how much is it going to cost me? Then you look up local psychiatrist, it's a lot cheaper. A lot cheaper, folks, we all know it. Anyways, you get married, it's the most beautiful day of your life. You wake up, you go on vacation, you come back, reality hits. It hits you hard. It hits you in the pocketbook. It hits you because now you got a mother-in-law and father-in-law. We love our father-in-laws. They're great people. They really they really play an important role in your life. We all know. We'll start with the mother-in-laws. I got a really nice mother-in-law. Bless her soul. She's a nice lady. Went over to our house the first time after we got married. She called me Bob 3 times. When Bob came out of the house, Walter came over. He used to ask me what I was going to make for dinner, how long it was going to take, how much it cost. You just sat there and ate, and you ate. You never asked any questions. I really liked when Bob came over. 3 weeks later, it was over again. My father-in-law asked me to cut the grass. I cut the grass. He asked me to trim the hedges. I trimmed the hedges. He asked me if I'd clean the toilets. I cleaned the toilets. He asked me if I'd help him when he goes shopping. He had a big list. I helped him. Not a problem. I got back in. My mother-in-law screaming, Tom, did you get everything done today? Oh, I had Walter over. He did it all. It was great. So I said, but my stock really, rises really great. So then my wife calls me. So she said, I was supposed to go over to take my mother to the doctor, take my father to the dentist. They really want you to do it. I said, I'm not going. I'm not going. There's no way. Because, last time I was over, they asked me to cut the lawn. They asked me to go grocery shopping. We all know. I just want to show of hands. How many people love their mother-in-law? That's good. How many people love their father-in-law? God bless you. Really a great thing. But we all know where, I don't want to go there because, it's a sensitive area, but we all go there. But everybody's got a great story about their mother-in-law and father-in-law. The reality is, when you get home with your wife, or your husband, you tell the truth about your mother-in-law and your father-in-law. Tell the truth, folks. You won't go there. It's true. You know, I really like your mother, but I hate when she calls me Bob. I love when your father has me over and says I'm his favorite son-in-law and he's got 7 of them. Because you're doing something for him. Or the vice versa. My mother-in-law, you're so nice. You do so many things. You didn't remember my birthday. You mixed me up with someone else. You said you were going to do this and you were going to do that. You didn't do it. It's unbelievable. We all love our mother and father-in-laws, right? Correct? You know, one day you young ladies will find out what it's all about. Right? Well, today we had a real interesting story. We went to, I can't remember the story, we went to Target. We got to Target, it was really funny. We met a really nice lady there. She was telling us her life story in 30 seconds. I'll just go over it really quick. She got into Target. She was a really happy lady. I said, how you doing? She said, my name is Jane. I told her my name was Bob. Bob's her uncle. She says, oh, you're really nice. And I said, you're doing a really nice job. She goes, well, I really like my job. I said, she says, where are you from? I said, it's a really nice store. She says, we're from Canada. Oh, Canada. Our whole store is full of Canadians. They all come up here and spend and buy a lot of things. It's really nice. I go, where are you from? She goes, well, I'm from Buffalo, but I lived in Florida for 30 years. She got married, moved to Florida. She says that when she moved south, everything was going really well. 3 weeks and 5 days into her marriage, everything went wrong. Husband moved back to Buffalo. He found a job. She stayed in Florida. 30 years later, she decided that they had to be separated. She said it was the worst day of her life. Worst day of her life. 30 years. Spent 30 years with the fella, decided, before it was time to give it all up. So I said, well, what happened? What happened? Well, he moved back to Buffalo, and I never wanted to go back. So then finally, she said she moved back here to Buffalo. He moved back to Florida, so she had to get this great job. She got a great job at Target now. Now she's saving all her money to get back to Florida, she said, to be with him.
That's what he found out today.
Really?
It's a true story. It's a true story. And the lady in the lineup says, are you two trying to go out? I said, no. She's got 30 years on me. I've never tried it. That's a true story. That's a true story.
Give her an extra $10.
Oh no, she actually gives a discount, $5. We felt really good. Well, another great thing in life is we all go through it. Every day we get up, we just say to ourselves, we got to do this, we got to do that. If we don't do this, if we don't do that, we're going to be in trouble. Correct? Isn't it true? Yeah, first thing we do, we get up, we thank God that we're still alive, that we're well. We look in the mirror. Oh my God. Some of us decide, my God, I didn't brush my teeth last night. The mirror cracks in front of us. Someone turns around and says, I forgot to do this, I forgot to do that. Did I turn the alarm off? Did I turn the alarm on? Did I leave the car running? Did I pick the kids up? What happened to me? I've got to do this, I've got to do that. And we spend half of the day running from here and there, not knowing where we're going. Anybody ever have that feeling?
Oh, yeah.
Anybody? You can relate to that, right? There's a lot of times you do that. But at the end of the day, we get home and we're ready to do it all again. We're just ready to all do it again, right? The reality is we do it again, and then all of a sudden it hits us. What have we done? We keep going around in the same merry-go-round. Going around and around, we put another quarter in, it keeps going. Put another quarter in and then the breaking point comes. What do? I'm never doing this again. I'm never driving to another hockey tournament. I'm never driving over to my mother-in-law's house. I'm never driving over to my brother's house. I'm never eating at a restaurant again. 2 weeks later, same thing happens. We're back to normal. But we're just human. That's a human characteristic, a real strong one. People just basically keep doing the same thing over and over and over. And how many times a day do we spend talking to ourselves? Anybody ever talk to themselves here? No, nobody in this room does. Nobody ever talks to themselves. Or now we live in an electronic world, right? How many people have BlackBerry? Anybody got a BlackBerry? Anybody got a cell phone? Anybody break the law, text or talk on the phone while they're driving? Nobody does that in this room, right? Nobody? And what did we do 30 years ago before? What did we do? What did we do when there was a problem where you couldn't get a hold of your kids when you thought they were at home or whatever? What'd you do?
They were at home.
Well, let's just slam on the brake, pulled over, put a dime in the phone and called them, right? And all of a sudden you got that busy signal, you called the operator to interrupt the call. Call the operator, interrupt the call. The operator comes on, yes, we can do it, it's $30, not a problem, I want to get a hold of my kids. And who answers the phone? Hello, baby. Who's this? Well, I was expecting, where's my daughter? Well, your daughter's here, your husband's here, we're having a party, where are you? Well, I'm trying to get there. Can you imagine today what you do? They'd probably send you a picture. Look, Mom, look, Dad, I'm at a party. Moving there. Oh my God, next thing you know, boom! Right in the car in front of you. You stop the car, you get out. I'm really sorry, I'm in a rush. I'm going to give you my insurance number and everything. I got to get home to my kids. They're having a party. Take a look. Take a look. Have you ever been pulled over by a police officer? Anybody? The last little while, anybody? What happens to you? What happens to you? All of a sudden, you're the nicest person in the world. The nicest person. He pulls over. He says, registration, license, insurance. Yes, officer. What else would you like me to do, officer? Get out of the car. No, don't get out of the car! Don't get out of the car! If you do, I'll have to pull out my service revolver. And I haven't done that in 3 weeks. So he tells you, get out of the car, you pass him the information. Once you pass him the information, he says, I'll be back in a moment. So you say to yourself, do I take off? Or do I stay here? What do I do? And the car's in park and you're he runs back, he says, I told you, don't move! You step back, you say, okay, it was a slip, it was a Freudian slip, I won't do it again. Gets back to the car, he goes in, punches a few things in the computer. Comes, you see him, you look in the mirror, oh my God, Hail Mary, full of grace. You know, you're so nice, you're praying, you're thinking about all the sins you've done, everything. You're repenting, you know, whatever religion you are, you're trying to do everything, you know. If you're Muslim, you're down on the floor. You get out of the car! You get out of the car! He comes rushing and pulls out a service revolver. He says, don't shoot, don't shoot! And all of a sudden, he says, it's okay. You're a friend of a friend's. I'm going to let you go today. Oh my God! Are you serious? It's your luckiest day. You get back in your car. You drive really slow. You stop at every stop sign. You do everything. You get home, and you tell anybody the story about getting pulled over by the cop. Oh yes, you do. You tell everybody about your luckiest day of your life. Isn't that true? We all do it, right, folks? Yes. We all sit back. We all sit back and tell the horrors of being pulled over by a police officer. You know, and stuff. We're the nicest people. But really, are we nice? No, we can be mean as people, can't we?